don't know why. The first thing I thought was my dog.
Feed your dog to the monsters. They don't even know, but your dog is like this tall.
I know, but like because they're attracted to sound. I don't know.
Use your dog as bait.
No, not necessarily. Welcome to the Heated Table, where if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Here we have heated discussions at our actual working heated table, which is always turned on. From the latest and greatest to the bad and ugly, we share and discuss all things Webtoon related at the heated table. Hi everyone, I'm Stop!
You got this. Just keep going.
Hi everyone, I'm Ami, and here with me are the other co-hosts, Onion May Cash, and I am facilitating the discussion this week. Yay! This week's theme is thriller. Okay, so we're doing thriller night. It's gonna be all thriller related webtoons. So our appetizer is going to be surviving romance. Our entree is school bus graveyard, and our dessert is unholy blood. So let's get into it. Starting with our appetizer. We're starting with surviving romance, and the reason why it is an appetizer and we start with kind of a smaller meal is because surviving romance is a smaller webtoon. There's only 27 million views. Subscribers, there's around 1,600K, and the rating is 9.8, so very high up there. So that's why that is considered an appetizer. Once we get to main entree, it's a little bit bigger webtoon, and then dessert is like the biggest webtoon that we are discussing for that week. Let me just go over some of the characters. Surviving Romance has a ton of characters. I think we all know, like, this character, like, I made character guides for everyone here at the Heated Table just so they knew and could remember everyone's...
That does look so beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. So, yeah, everyone could remember, like, who each character is. Our main character is Chae-din, and she's stuck in a romance novel. Realizing that she's trapped in kind of a Groundhog Day situation, where she is stuck in this emerging zombie apocalypse and has to restart each day over and over again every single time she dies. Next is Jeonghyeon. He is like the main love interest of the original novel, which I will explain in a little bit. But yeah, those are pretty much two of the main leading characters, and then there's a ton of other characters that we'll get into as we go on. So if you haven't read this webtoon, I'm gonna just tell you right now, stop the video, stop the listening for the podcast, and come back after you've read like 3 chapters at least.
Ass. You gotta read it.
You gotta read this. This is so good, okay?
I just want to say I recommended it.
Yeah, so yeah. Thank you, Cash. So this webtoon is seriously so much fun to go into if you go in blind.
Yes.
So bye.
Come back though.
Okay. Now that we have everyone who either came back or has read it already, on the day that Jeonghyeon is supposed to confess to Chae-din, there's a zombie outbreak. Something that never occurred in the original novel. So Chae-din is bitten on her hand and then wakes up in bed, and then she basically realizes she's back at the beginning of the same morning of before the zombie apocalypse occurred. So she realizes she's trapped in this loop, this cycle, where she's basically stuck trying to figure out how to get out of this zombie apocalypse, and every single time she dies, she like restarts the day over and over again. So let's get into the questions.
Oh, okay.
Oh, questions right away.
I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? Well, my first question was, what were your guys' thoughts?
Okay, Anya, you were gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I want to bless Cash.
Thank you.
Bless.
It's so good. Last time we were talking about, I was like, there are some webtoons that I've read that I'm like, if I died, I would be sad because I wouldn't know the ending.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of them where I was like, if I died, I would be mad because I didn't get to know. Just the way they did this story, and they have another story on Webtoon, right? Mm-hmm. It's The Makeup Remover. Mm-hmm. And it's such a different genre, but it's equally as well done and well-rounded because you think you're seeing things that are details that are not relevant, such as like the blank NPCs being other characters, and you're like, like they just got too lazy to like actually figure out. And then you're learning that you can basically unlock these characters.
Yeah, as you read.
And as you progress, you kind of get like deeper into it, and you it's just so good.
So
and also
good.
I'm like a slut for like zombies. So in the first episode I was like, okay, like I can get down behind this, and then it got more complex, and I was like, they gotta know. We gotta read this.
We gotta know. We gotta know.
I'm glad we made it for this week.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect when I got into this webtoon. Actually, like the whole thriller theme, it wasn't planned. It just happened kind of, I would say.
Yeah.
But I personally don't like horror stuff just because I'm scared. But I can do thriller. So this was, I was afraid of at first just because I wasn't sure like how, sometimes thrillers are a little bit more on the horror side and sometimes it's more on the thriller side. So I wasn't sure. But it's had such a cute title.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the art is just so cute. It's a little unassuming, unexpected.
This might be one of the best webtoons that I've read.
Yeah.
It's my top 5.
Dang. Yeah.
Same. I spend one whole day reading it. I spend until like 4 a.m., 4 a.m.
Wow.
reading this thing, and the whole time, like, my sister would be awake or she'd be sleeping. I'd be like, look at this. and then, you know what I liked the best? You know how they go, like, black and white, you can't see the characters? But I liked how they the author didn't drop that topic, because it happens again later in the thing, because she ends up losing one of their trust and they turn back to
Right.
Yeah.
They turn back to a shadow kind of figure.
just like, this is so good. And then yeah,
Also, like the fact that the other characters, like, not only are they capable to like have trust and lose trust, like they're complex enough. They're not dumb.
Yeah.
Like the fact that shit got figured out and they were like, something's wrong. Like, you don't know who we are. And like, I was like, I feel like I'm dumb. Like in real life, I don't think I would know.
Yeah.
you know, I also liked how they even mentioned they're like, oh, why do we hate this character?
Yeah,
like
they're
what
like-
propelled us to talk so bad about her? And they even like apologized to her. And then I like how each character, it's not forgettable. Each character like provides substance to the story.
They're so different.
This webtoon is very similar to a K-drama that I watched. K-drama is called Extraordinary You, not Extraordinary Attorney Woo, but Extraordinary You. And that K-drama is based off of a webtoon called July Found by Chance, where the main girl realizes that she is a side character. Not the main character, but a side character in a romance webtoon. And it kind of has a little bit of the similarities because her whole story is just written out for her, and she can't make any changes to the story, but it was the extras. So it's the extras. So that's where I thought the similarities were. It's because it was the extras that are able to like switch the story, and she realized like, oh, she needs to like reach out to these people who she doesn't know, and these people who were basically not intended to be known by the author before she can actually like change her fate. So yeah, I thought there was a lot of similarities with Surviving Romance and that K-drama, even though it was based off of a webtoon, just because of the aspect of a overarching, like, it's basically, have you seen those character sheets where it's like man versus
Bear.
it's like
I haven't. I just put it there.
Yeah, it's like one of those character sheets for author perspectives where it's like man versus God, man versus nature, man versus. It's like goes through all these little different scenarios that you see in like classic literature.
Okay, yeah.
For modern literature and like what's the like futuristic, or like this one is basically author versus,
Character.
Yeah, character in a way.
Interesting.
That one scene, I don't remember what chapter it is, but you figure out the main, like the antagonist is the original main character.
Oh, yep.
When she like looks at you like
Creepy.
Oh yeah.
Remember when she looks at you and it's like they're watching, they're waiting to figure out. Yeah, I thought that was like
Really clever.
yeah.
One thing I really liked about Surviving Romance was the character designs. Every single time a new character got revealed, I didn't know what to expect, but the designs were always so unique. And also the strong females, like, let's give it a hand. I loved every single character because they, again, like you said, they weren't stupid, they weren't dumb. They each had some sort of substance to the story, and yeah, characters just, You really gotta love the characters.
It kind of gives you a different perspective on like the word NPC in a way, because you're expecting like, oh, she's the main character. These are just the extras that are supposed to like support the main character's story. But no, they all have their own individuality. They have their own individual souls.
Everyone is a main character in their own
Yes,
story.
everyone is the main character in their own story.
Yeah, like sometimes in character guides, you know, you can cut out some characters like, oh, this person doesn't matter. But this one, when I was working on the character guides, I literally had to include every single character because every single character has a purpose. And that's one thing I really love about it. Okay, so we're gonna play a game. So everyone, don't say it out loud. Think of a fictional story. It can be any story, any genre. It doesn't have to be Webtoon. It can be any kind of story format. Think of a fictional story that you would hate to be stuck in. Okay, so Cash, look at Onion. What is Onion surviving?
Attack on Titan.
I survived Attack on Titan. Look like this.
Okay. Onion, look at May.
Okay, wait, honestly, I'm just like, listen. It's just what I like would not want to be in.
Yeah.
But out of all of us, I feel like you would have the best chances of surviving.
That's true.
I like dead ass.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
imagine Onion like zipping through the freaking 3D. What is it called? 3D maneuver.
Yeah, 3D maneuver gear, like
zipping through the big ass tree.
It would suck. However, that might have been good.
The best, highest chance of survival.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dang, you said it so hard.
Sorry.
High bar for Onion.
I was just eaten, so
Yeah, same. Onion, look at May. What would May be surviving?
Trying to Busan.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that movie. Oh, it's so good.
It's good.
Yeah,
That
that would suck.
I think you would push through, and I think you're the type of person that would like eat the zombies, become one with the zombies, and then you become immune.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you have immunity to the zombies. No. Come back to me. Wait, I want to go choose a different one.
Okay.
Let me choose
So May, look at Cash. Which one? What would Cash be surviving?
Y'all are thinking of all these really scary stories.
That'd be a good one.
I'm not a horror person. I immediately thought Spirited Away.
We literally have a poster on the wall.
Oh gosh, that anime
I'll
freaks
take
me out.
Spirited Away. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
I'm definitely surviving.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
You would turn a pig.
Womp womp.
Since I'm facilitator, I did not think of one.
Put out to Tale of Two Sisters.
Oh no!
Wait,
That's a good movie.
Oh my goodness, I got scared of that movie. That's what made me hate horror. Tale of Two Sisters.
It's not even horror.
I know, but as a 5th grader.
I got one for you. Jurassic Park. I think
You've seen that one, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I think you would survive that.
Yeah.
I can see you surviving that. I think you'd be good hiding in the bushes, and then when everyone else is like attacked, you'd be like running out for safety.
I feel like you'd figure out how to get out. I think you'd be good at that.
Yeah. Okay, let's quickly think of a fictional world we would want to be in.
I know my IQ. Oh
I think I'd want to be in Avatar: The Last Airbender, or just the Avatar world. Oh, what bender would you be?
I want to be like a waterbender, but like the swamp benders.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
my
see
vibe.
that. I see that. I'd also want to be water.
I know that I would want, like, childhood me would want me to be water, but I know I'm an airbender.
no.
What about you?
I want to be a bloodbender.
Okay.
Skip the water, just the blood.
Firebender, earthbender. No, I want to be earthbender.
I'd see you as an earthbender. I could see it.
I just like the idea of living in a swamp.
Earthbender, lava bender, or metal bender.
Can I live in lava and I'm a lava bender?
Okay, next.
Wait, so what other fictional worlds would everyone else want to be in?
Spirited Away.
To survive it. Spirited Away.
You don't want to be in Haikyuu?
I mean, it's a slice of life. That seems like a pretty chill.
This feels like a harder question than the first one, to be honest.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Well,
I would want to be in the slime world. You know that one?
World.
Oh, yeah.
That time I got reincarnated into a slime.
Maybe in
Good
Minecraft.
anime. Oh, Minecraft would be good.
Yeah. But not alone.
Yeah.
Who were you most surprised to see after they did a reveal?
I was surprised that the mushroom, Son Young, Kim,
I was surprised when she was the girl who saved the main character. Like the
when that was revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was cleverly done that the beads were the ones. It was like the same bracelet, except the beads were gone.
Yeah. What do we think is gonna happen?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I'm
wait.
so glad.
Let's recall the ending. So we realized that the real Chaden,
yeah.
the real Chaden is trying to leave the novel, right? And then she's trying to get the main girl, which her real name is,
But the pink Chaden.
she is trying to like leave. But then we also realized that she committed suicide.
I would say the pink Chaden's goal is basically getting out of the zombie apocalypse and getting back to the original
Storyline of love
Original
romance.
storyline, yeah.
Do you think she still wants to do that though? That was her original.
So, because I think she had that opportunity when she saw the dude.
That's true.
That was her original intention, but now she's realizing like why the heck am I here? You know, she's going back and realizing like the steps that she took to get into that position and realizing that her life was worth more than what she made it out to be in the originally.
Yeah.
When she dies again, she's coming back with people who also have a soul.
Yeah, and I thought that was so...
That's so clever.
My heart dropped when she first and everyone was black again. But then when you see people, the face of the other people, I was like, oh my god, that's so good.
And they remember too. And that was another thing. Because they have a soul, they remembered what happened.
But I feel like I want to know why. Like, did they also commit suicide? Like, what? Why?
Yeah, that was something I was confused about too. Because it seemed like the only reason why she remembered is because she had a soul, you know? But it was because when she died, it would reset. So I'm like, okay, does that mean like if one of them die,
Does everyone reset? Or
Yeah.
are they stuck in a different timeline while everyone else is still, you know?
I don't think so. I think it's the girl, the dark main character. She was
the real Chaden?
like, she didn't actually have a soul. She like created her own soul while she was like, remember how she is the character, the original character of this novel? So she happened to somehow get a soul.
Yeah.
And become a person, and that's why the devil was just like, oh, you have a chance to get out of your novel and live in the real world with with having your soul. So I think these characters are they just happen to have a soul now.
So I would say, what do we define having a soul? It's definitely having like some sort of awareness of the story. I think, yeah, because they started questioning like, wait, why did we hate Charon in the first place? Once they started actually believing that the zombies were attacking, I'd say, yeah, having a soul is probably like having some sort of awareness of the current situation and
awareness that they're in a novel too.
Yeah.
So
And accepting the fact that they're in a novel.
right. So
Awareness and acceptance.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I hope this gets off of hiatus soon.
Yeah.
I just
Second season.
I also hope that it gets like more popular compared to like the makeup remover. I know that they're two different genres, but
I was gonna say I think it will. Like, especially as like spooky season comes around, I think it's gonna get picked up, and I think Webtoon is gonna promote it more.
Yeah, I hope Webtoon promote it, please.
I thought the makeup remover did pretty well too for being like not really a romance.
Not very drama. It's just more like finding yourself and being okay with how you look.
It's very wholesome, yeah.
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 All right. So I think this closes out our appetizer, and we're gonna move on to our main entree.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're moving on to our main entree, which is called School Bus Graveyard. Ooh, okay, so I'm really excited about this one too. This story is also really, really good. So let's just do some stats. There's 43.8 million views for this one. There is 1 million subscribers, and the rating is also 9.8. So, we're reading really good webtoons. We're reading really, really good webtoons this week. Let me just go over the plot. So, Ashlyn has always been a loner who is content about being alone. She never really cared about making friends. After a group project takes her class on a field trip to Savannah, Georgia, her and her group mates decide to quickly visit a haunted house right before they have to meet back with the rest of the class. However, this quick visit ends up changing their lives forever. Every time they fall asleep, they are transported to another world where they are forced to survive and fight shadowy figures called phantoms. Right? They're called phantoms. Once a content loner, Ashlyn starts to realize what it's like to have a group of friends to trust as they all forge new bonds through survival. Okay, just side note, this gave me a very, very strong Stranger Things vibes.
I was just thinking that.
Just because they're kids, they're surviving in some like weird dimension. And I really love Stranger Things. It's such a great story. And I could totally see Sadie Sink, who plays Max, as Ashlyn. Because she has red hair, always in braids, and Ashlyn also has red hair. It's very long braids though. So yeah, if they do a live action, Netflix, if you make a live action of School Bus Graveyard, then please, you know who to cast. Also, I didn't realize the School Bus Graveyard is a real place in Georgia. Like all these locations are real, like Savannah, Georgia, Alto, Georgia, and then the school bus graveyard, I believe, is in Alto, Georgia.
When you search School Bus Graveyard, the webtoon doesn't come up, but instead the actual.
Oh, really?
Interesting. And there's like actual retired school buses with art on them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. So let me just quickly go over some of the other characters besides Ashlyn. So Ashlyn Banner is our main character, and then another main character is Aiden, who is very outgoing, and he kind of talks way too much just for the sake of talking, even when no one's listening. But he isn't afraid to call other people out, which is kind of one thing I like about his character. And he's cousins with Ben. There's Tyler Hernandez. He's kind of abrasive, very harsh. He often says what's on his mind without thinking about it. Doesn't really consider how other people feel. But he isn't afraid to speak his mind. And he's twins with Taylor. Taylor Hernandez, again, twins with Tyler. She's bubbly, kind, good at the heart, and she isn't harsh or anything, and she cares a lot about people. There's Ben Clark, who is cousins with Aiden. He's mute, and he doesn't really speak much verbally. He always just opts to write things down or text it out on his phone and stuff like that. And then Logan, he is very timid, I would say. He doesn't really stand up for himself at the beginning, but then through their situation, he realizes that their survival situation is a lot more scary than actually like real life and going against bullies. Let's move on. What are you guys' thoughts?
Oh, this is a good one. But the thing is, one unsatisfying is that the chapters are too short, and sometimes there's nothing much going in within those short chapters. And that I was like talking with Cash earlier, that if I wasn't reading, or even we agreed if we weren't reading all the way through,
like a binge,
we probably wouldn't be as invested as we were.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm binging it too, because the chapters are really short, which is unfortunate. But I wonder if with the next season, and it's obviously gaining popularity, I wonder if the author will decide to make longer episodes.
Even just including like a short part of the previous chapter would help a lot, because when Nanya and I were talking, I was like, I feel like I would just forget whatever happened. Like it would just after a week. But it is good. I think it takes a little bit of a while to like get the ball rolling. At least that was my experience. And the character introductions were kind of difficult for me. Even the main character. I was like, is she autistic? How come the parents are so chill about the fact that she doesn't have any friends? And they're like, oh yeah, she chooses to be that way. And I read some of the comments and it was kind of saying like, I love that they're supportive. I'm like, I feel like I would have been concerned.
Your kid has no friends.
Yeah.
I feel like the beginning, again, it kind of feels like they throw not a lot at you, but in terms of like the characters and their different personalities,
they like introduce a lot of characters at once. So it kind of gets a little overwhelming at first, I would say.
Well, obviously they all look very different, which I love. Like this author is good at just having distinguishing features with each of their characters. They don't all suffer from the same face. Yeah, all the characters were very distinct in terms of like facial features, etc. But because they were introduced all at the same time, it was a little overwhelming for me.
I like that the twins wear like matching shirts.
Yeah, that's cute.
Like yes, no, evil, good, like stuff like that. I'm like, yes,
we would never.
True.
Yo, but we all read all of it way through. We know what happens, and then personally, I started not liking Tyler Hernandez. I just didn't like his character.
Yeah,
he's so rude.
He's not likable
at all, and they just had to throw me a curveball with him
at the end.
His past, and then I didn't think he would die, right? Because I was like, oh, he's gonna catch himself, or the author's gonna leave it as like, up to readers' interpretation. But he was really staked by the wooden thing, and there's like blood. And if you look closer, she even drew like the little guts on the wood. And
very graphic, very graphic.
I was like, oh, they got me making me feel bad for this character.
I felt so bad for Taylor. Like,
yeah, I know. Okay, let's pretend it's us in that situation. Okay,
Like we're twins.
no, like we're going to sleep. No, like we're going to sleep every night.
yes, we're twins. That would be so cool, bro. We'd share a room. What would we be? Would we be mixed? Would we be Korean Mexican, or we would just? Anyway, yeah. So imagining what else?
Let's pretend like we were in that situation.
Okay.
You know, going at 12 a.m. every night. We're transported into a phantom world. I'm just like, oh my god, what if Ami had that same death? Death.
Same. What
Death. No, death. What if Ami had that same death? Like,
I would like cry.
But like, we didn't see her getting impaled though.
Okay, but
we
like-
saw her falling out of the car.
So they get injured in this other realm,
Yeah.
and it kind
and
of carries over.
the pain does,
It's like
but it's
phantom
not
pain.
as bad. So
Phantom pain.
does he wake up? Is he okay? Is he going to the hospital?
Or is it like severe enough to
Like
go to the
coma?
hospital?
Because right now their parents should be awake, right? I kind of thought their parents might also get transported into the
Yeah, because aren't their parents also seeing they're starting to see the
Yeah.
phantoms?
but they weren't there. I think they were just talking about it, which leads me to believe that because one of the families was like, we've been seeing weird things. I'm thinking they're going to talk about it and they're going to be like, let's go ask the kids, find the kids asleep, probably find something wrong with him.
Yeah.
And like, hopefully he'll be okay. I'll be so sad if he actually dies.
I don't think he'll die because I'd be so quick to get rid of a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, like, I feel like if he doesn't die, like, what are the true consequences of being in this other realm other than becoming, and I'm assuming that's what's happening. They're slowly becoming part of these, like, evil creatures.
Yeah, because the whole outburst with Logan when he started, basically they all got into a fight with the other bullies, and their rage just was kind of out of control. They were seeing remember that it was actually a GIF. The author made it more interactive. You could see the transition of the characters in the Phantom. Yeah. It was a nice touch, I thought. Nice touch to that specific chapter. But okay, let's just say Tyler does die. What then? What?
I think
Because if you think about it, I'm gonna pull Attack on Titan into this just because Attack on Titan is also a surviving murderous character
Whack,
story.
I'm still sad about Sasha. It's fine.
I know.
Yeah.
same.
So, like,
The author in Attack on Titan decided to kill off a very liked character.
Yeah.
Tyler isn't necessarily liked, but he does bring some substance to the story just because he is a part of the main 6 people who are experiencing this other realm. So what happens if the author does kill him off and then, like,
I feel like
do you think the author would actually continue? Like, just like, oh, yeah, this character's just dead now?
maybe, but if they did that, I don't know if I would like the author.
Really?
I feel like it's just like, I don't know, like, especially after seeing the mom, and like we've clearly realized the mom has like issues. Bro, how sad would it be if she had to like put up with that on her own? Like,
Yeah.
I just can't.
I just made the connection because I remember when she was when they were all going to the school bus graveyard to have dinner, she made this comment that I thought was kind of strange until it just made sense to me now, actually. Yeah. She made the comment like, oh yeah, my husband isn't here, like he's running late, he should be coming soon kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then when the backstory, when you said that, when the backstory that happened, you realize that their dad left.
I thought that he died.
Or died. Yeah. So their dad died. So again, the mom obviously has some trauma.
And that's why, I think that's why Tyler is kind of a dick. Because he's had to not only take care of his sister, but like his mom too, as a child. That's a lot to carry.
Yeah. So I don't think the author will kill Tyler.
I think he'll be in a coma.
Severe coma. I think coma probably. And then maybe the story will transition to them trying to figure out how to get Tyler out of a coma.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe having to do something in the Phantom.
I wish the author would make, back to like the chapter length, a little bit longer too, because I think they add a lot of detail, like the sound.
Yeah,
and it's
I really
good.
like
It's
that.
creepy, but it like falls short because the chapter is so short. You're like getting into it, like it's needs to be a little bit longer.
Do you think we could survive if we were in their position?
Probably not.
No.
I'd be so scared.
I would be scared too.
Okay, well, where would we be? Who?
Like we'll be like in their setting, except
Okay.
we're the characters. Like we would replace them.
Oh, so it's like in Georgia, basically.
Yeah, so we're same living situation and stuff, but now we're the characters, and we happen to stumble upon this creepy house, get cursed, and now we are transported. It's like lucid dreaming or being sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Except now you don't get to wake up, or you get like physically hurt by your.
Your paralysis.
There's a lot of sleep paralysis demons out there.
Okay, so so we know their situation and they know that they can bring stuff into this phantom world. So again, if we're all in the same situation, what is one thing you would bring from your house to aid? Like it has to be something currently in your house right now. You can't go and buy it, you can't Amazon it or whatever. What is one thing you'd bring that's in your house currently to help protect you?
I have kitchen knives. Wait, so they can't harm the phantoms, right? Or
Well, they just know that light kind of has some weird effect to them. They don't really know much about them, I assume. So,
Probably light.
yeah.
flashlights,
maybe.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to test different kinds of like chemicals, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You have chemicals?
Like
Alcohol
vinegar,
wipes.
bleach. Alcohol wipes.
I don't know why the first thing I thought was my dog.
Feed your dog to the monsters.
They don't even know, but your dog is like this tall.
I know, but like because they're attracted to sound. I don't know.
Use your dog
Are you
as
gonna
bait.
bait?
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily, which means it did cross your
Not
mind.
necessarily, but
Bait the dogs. Oh my god.
That's
Fucked
so
up.
rude. How could you do that to Apollo and Cleo?
They literally got no reason to be there either.
Yeah.
that was just the first thing I thought of. It wasn't the thing I was gonna like bring though. You know, it's just I thought. It was intrusive thought.
Intrusive
Okay.
thought.
Oh my
Intrusive
God.
thought. I'm gonna feed my dogs to it.
My other one was just like lights. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I don't really know what you could bring besides like other weapons, but if it's currently in my house, I don't got no weapons.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish I had like guns, you know, but I don't have a gun.
Right. Same.
Yeah, same. So, what do you guys think the connection that their teacher, Mr. Thomas Walter, has?
That he can see the shadows.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
short hair though too, right?
And then like there was a situation where the new character who was introduced at the very end, the one who seems to be kind of controlling,
Oh yeah,
you know,
Oh, like all the
at least like knows about the different like the shadow realm and the
like all those people that were having a meeting,
They're
like,
like a
what
cult.
should we
Yeah,
do
like,
about
okay,
these
yeah.
kids? Yeah.
that new character that was introduced also seems to know who Mr. Thomas.
Wait,
Thomas Walter.
that reminds me. I think it is going to be a coma because that she was like, I would expect her to at least be comatose.
which would mean that she would have been like got. So I think he is
Yeah.
going to be in a coma. Now that you said that, I connected that.
I wonder how he would be revived then. Because I don't think he would be in a coma forever.
I feel
You
like
can't
something
be in
in
a coma forever,
I feel like
but-
something in the like phantom realm thing has to, be done. But their injuries do heal quicker, right?
Yeah.
But
But his
if you
guts
lose
are
some,
on the tree.
yeah, but if you lose someone in the phantom realm, what happens to their physical body?
I think he's going to be in a coma. I don't know if he'll come back from that, but that's what I
Yeah.
think might happen. And I guess we'll never know.
I'm just curious about like what the heck the phantoms are.
Yeah.
And because it seemed like the kids are slowly turning into phantoms.
What if there are people who've gotten stuck in there?
That's what I'm thinking because the phantom understood when she tried to talk to it. It like turned its head.
right.
But it
And
seemed
why only Ashlyn? Like why can they only understand Ashlyn? That was something else because Ashlyn's parents were also like, remember when she was born?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she had like,
built
something
different.
similar happening to her.
So that was something
her
that was
hearing.
intriguing
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Yeah, she hears things all the time.
Yeah. And the fact that they started sounding like them, and their aggression has like risen. That's interesting.
Dun dun dun.
What would you do if one of us, like, it's like one of those zombies movies, where we're gonna pretend the zombies are phantoms, but then like we're running and one of us just happened to trip? Would you stop and like save one of us? if any of us.
So
drop.
similarly to how when Tyler fell out of the car and Ashton was like, I can't go back.
But in a instance where you can go back, but then you see like the horde of phantoms or that huge monster coming at you, would you stop and help if one of us fell?
If I could, then yeah, of course.
But she couldn't because they were being chased.
Would you jump out the car?
No.
If Faye fell off the car, would you jump out the car with her for her?
I feel like we wouldn't let you.
Yeah. It's like, do you risk the whole group to go back for someone, or do you hope that they're okay and you can go back for them when it's safer?
That was the other thing. I mean, I feel like it could have been a crueler ending for Tyler.
In what way?
Like, he could have gotten ate by that creature, but instead, like, it happened kind of quick and he landed on that tree.
Yeah.
You know, versus being, like, terrified and running around there.
I feel like he's still alive on that stick.
I don't think so. His eyes look blank to me. But it's also a drawing, so maybe he's still
But I was also thinking, like, you know, like horror, like torture methods back in the day, and there's like this one torture method where they'll like put someone like laying down like this, and then they would cut someone's stomach open, and then if they do it like carefully enough, the person would still be alive. And what they did was that they would pull the intestines out while the person was still alive, while they're pulling out their innards.
Anyway, so maybe he is still fine. Maybe he'll heal quickly. Knowing that now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Onion just has the fun facts for us.
Is there any other thoughts that anyone has?
Art is amazing. Generally scared, like actually scared when I read. Phantoms, very creepy. Do not want to see that when I wake up.
Or when you fall asleep?
Or when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Do not want to see that in my room.
Okay. Well, I think that concludes School Bus Graveyard. Let's move on to our final part, which is our dessert. Unholy Blood. Okay, now we are finally to our dessert and the most popular webtoon on our menu, which is Unholy Blood. So some stats. There is 120.3 million views for this webtoon. There's 1.8 million subscribers and has a rating of 9.8. So again, all of our webtoons this week have been 9.8s. Very, very high in rating, very, very good. So let me just go over the description. 10 years ago, the world changed after the appearance of vampires. With no way to distinguish them apart from humans, these entities recklessly slaughter people to fulfill their selfish desires. Orphan Park Hyeon has always wanted a normal life, to keep her siblings safe from any potential danger, and be able to find friends as a college student. But with the rise in vampire attacks, Hyeon is forced to draw on her darkest secret to rid the world of the merciless hunters that took it over 10 years ago. Partnering with Entrée Hwang, a member of the police force, Hyeon steps up to protect her loved ones, face her past, and get revenge. Dun, dun, dun. So we got main character, awesome, strong female lead, Hyeon Park. Woot woot. Okay, so she has supernatural powers. She's a pure blood vampire. Has all these really cool vampire powers. And then we have Tae Hwang. He's the captain of the Criminals Investigations Division, becomes really good friends with Hyeon and helping her with the goal of getting rid of these vampires. And then we have the bad guy, Johan Sol. So he was best friends with Hyeon and her family when they were kids, and he's the reason for the vampire crisis in Korea.
Also murdered her parents.
Yeah.
Bad boy, bad news, bad
boy.
bad news, bad
What's
everything.
your type, bad boy?
So this is a very top webtoon. There's like a lot going on. There's lots of chapters. Every single chapter seems to end on like a cliffhanger. And that's why I was like so into it. I was just like, oh my God, like this is so good. Like, I don't know. I just really, really enjoyed it. But I know not everyone enjoyed it.
Who?
Stop. So why didn't you like it?
You didn't like it?
It didn't make a lasting impression on me.
Yeah. Did you finish it though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just finishing just for the sake of finishing it.
Oh, but you weren't like into it?
No.
Interesting.
I just lost interest in the characters and
I guess at one point, I did kind of get repetitive because you knew Hyun was just so OP. She was
Maybe
like, bang,
why.
bang, bang. Like, she'd always win against every battle. I feel like this is one of those webtoons that it's like, oh, if this was an anime, it'd be a lot more entertaining.
Exactly.
Because there's so much action happening, and being able to see the fight scenes and, like, get excited, I feel like that would be really cool. But
Perfectly said.
yeah. So I understand, I guess. I'm glad you finished it and you didn't drop it, though.
No. But I think I definitely skipped a few chapters here and there.
Triggered. It's fine.
You know who pissed me off?
Who?
Johan.
Yeah.
Like his reasoning of why he killed the parents made no sense to me. The parents even told him they made him OP, and like I understand if he killed the bullies, right? But I didn't know why he went another step to kill the parents.
He just wanted the power.
Didn't they almost like not adopted him, but
basically.
they pretty much replaced
His parents.
his parents,
Yeah.
became his guardian,
And they could totally,
wanted to protect him, wanted to take care of him.
Yeah, they could totally taken
And he-
him in too, because they turned him into a vampire.
And he completely just, like, what kind of psychopath does that?
One of my favorite
psychopath.
plot lines was when he was like undercover and pretending he didn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I was into that.
Yeah,
I was
same.
like, ooh.
Like when he was a priest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like him when they introduced him first? Or were you surprised when he turned out to be actually evil?
Okay, I was surprised, but at the same time, I was like, for plot development reasons, I'm not surprised. Of course, the goody two shoes childhood best friend ends up being like the traitor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but if it ended up being like Father Michael, oh my god, that would have been really good. Like, I don't know I wouldn't trust nobody after that.
Yeah, it's true.
So I didn't expect him to be killed off so fast.
I know,
Yeah.
right? But I think that was just to add fuel and anger to the readers. Give Hyun a reason to start actually getting revenge.
What do you guys think about the love interest
Her and the
happening?
The Unte. I
Yeah.
mean, it's bound to happen.
You're like,
I didn't read it for that. I wasn't
I don't
reading
think
for the
anyone
love.
read it for that, but like, I don't know. I just thought he was gonna die, and then he didn't. I was like,
I know. I was like, why are you still here?
why are you existing?
No offense, but sometimes you just need a sad ending.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do love sad endings.
Yeah, because it makes you appreciate their character more. You're like,
Yeah.
what could have been?
He really should have died. Same with the lion.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the lion lived too.
Yeah, literally everyone who dies besides good people.
All the angels of death, except for the good people and within Angel of Death.
Each of the Angel of Deaths have one of the 7 like pure blood abilities. Let me just go over some of the pure blood abilities. One is like extreme speed and strength. So you can stop vampires with one finger and not even exerting any energy at all. And you can create shockwaves with a force of an attack. There's hypnosis, shape-shifting, where you can turn into any kind of person. Extreme recovery and regeneration. You have enhanced senses, like enhanced hearing and enhanced smell. Everything's kind of heightened in the dark. Creativity and intelligence, basically being able to like find random connections to solutions and find hidden truths when investigating. And then telepathy.
You missed the most important one.
Which one?
They have white hair.
Oh yeah. Okay, white hair.
Thank you. I mean, she wears a wig. I feel like it's part of it because she's like, I need to hide who I am.
Hannah Montana moment.
Yeah.
But anyway. So if you guys could have one of the abilities, which one would you choose?
Probably like the imagination creativity, so I can just be smarter.
Mm.
But also that reminds me, like, why didn't Johan just look for a different pure blood
Wasn't
vampire?
the parents?
Are they that rare?
The last one's left.
Everyone else was
Perished.
I see.
or mixed, had
Yeah.
some sort of blood from a
They were
pure blood.
100%
Well,
pure.
she's the last pure one. Otherwise, it's gonna be inbreeding. So, what power do you guys have?
I would want to be shape-shifting.
Yeah, I was thinking that one too.
I want to shapeshift into like a Biden and walk around as Biden, and then walk into a dark alley and I'll turn into myself and come out and they'll be like, "Where did Biden go?" I'm like, "I don't care, man."
You're bold.
Possibilities.
For shapeshifting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was thinking shapeshifting
But
as
like
well.
Biden?
I understood like
Joe Biden?
just to like mess with people,
Sleepy
you know.
Joe?
No, I'll go in as Biden, come out as Trump, and they'll be like, "Where did Biden go?"
I'd like, I don't know. I'd be V from BTS.
Yo, that's a good one. I feel like V from BTS has more power than
Than Joe Biden.
yes.
Dead ass. I'd be like, and then girls would be like,
Who do you shapeshift to?
I wasn't thinking of like shapeshifting into famous people like Onion was. I was thinking more like to just mess with people, like I don't know, shapeshifting into like my brother or something. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that deep.
that's scary. Have you guys seen those like stories that are like you hear your mom like up the stairs calling for you, and then she like comes out from downstairs. She's like, "Don't go up there. Like that's not me." Have you guys seen those? Like,
Oh yeah, I have.
That's what that reminded me of when you're like
That-
messing with people.
That actually reminds me. When I was a kid, I would hear someone say my name.
That's scary.
Like, but no, it would be no, and it was always in the voice of my grandma. It was always my grandma's voice calling.
Were you in your grandparents'
No, it would be
house?
like where I wouldn't like be even at my grandparents' house. But there were times where I would be at my grandparents' house and I would go up to my grandma and ask her, "Did you need something?" And she said, "No, I didn't say anything." But like when I said that to one of my cousins, she was just like, "Yeah, you're not supposed to answer those calls."
Did you answer to them?
I never did because I was always just confused, but it became so normal that I just kind of ignored it after a while.
I'm scared. Anyway, what part would you have? We'll come back to this at another date when I'm more prepared.
I think telepathy would be pretty cool, or hypnosis.
If I was clairvoyant, I just wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I don't really want to know what's going on in people's minds, to be honest. Sometimes I don't even want to know what's going on in my mind. I'm like, ooh, shut it down.
Yeah. I think between those two, I was leaning more towards hypnosis, though. Because, I mean, if you wanted to know what somebody's saying or thinking, you could hypnotize them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are you curious about like what people are thinking?
Not really. I don't really care, but I think hypnosis would be cool.
I like hypnosis because you could be like, and it's free, right? And it'd be like, yes, it's free. And then you just like walk away with free things.
Oh my god, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. See BTS for free.
Oh.
Go into the White
Backstage.
House. Or you could convince people that you're Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's even better than shape-shifting. Oh my god, I didn't even think that far.
You're like, yes, my name is Joe Biden. Yes, I look like this. Yes.
Yes.
What would your power be?
Mine? Mm-hmm. Oh, I would just be smarter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Damn
That's
it.
right.
I feel like it's the most applicable. Like, I wouldn't have to struggle. I also feel like there is not really like an ethics thing where I'm like OP for a human being.
That's true. I mean, low-key are because you're intelligent. Like, super intelligent. But not like a hypnosis or some shape-shifting.
I just feel like there's already people that are smarter than me. So, like, I'll just be one of those people, you know?
Playing
I'll
the
just have a little
field.
bit plus my IQ.
Yeah. Would you feel like a moral dilemma if you used your power more than you should have, you know? Like you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done this.
You shouldn't have hypnotized the mailman.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe because we're not used to it, you know? But if you were born with it, then maybe you wouldn't feel as guilty.
But they weren't born with it though. They were like made to be. No, they gained the power midway through their.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you're evil, you probably wouldn't feel bad.
I think like applicable thing that could apply is like if you become rich. You know how people who become famous right away and then they get like billions and millions of dollars or things like that. People who were like startup companies, they like started like, you know, one of us were like the normies and then they become like billionaires, but then you realize they like use their money for like other things and not, you know.
Yeah. Elon Musk versus Bill Gates.
Yeah, or versus what's his face? The bald man.
Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, and the lizard man.
Mark Zuckerberg.
I hate that.
I hate that I knew you were talking about.
Like, do you think one of us could change that drastically? Like, we know we're like giving people, right? We say, oh, like donation and stuff. But then if we become rich, do you think we'll change to like, you know, become like Jeff Bezos?
Would power change us?
Yeah.
No, because we're not like older white men.
Yeah.
I feel like our perspective is shaped by our identity and therefore impacts the way we interact with the world. And I think
We can relate more to the people. in a sense.
Yeah, and I mean, we might lose it if like we gain a bit more privilege in terms of like the monetary sense, but at the same time, we're still who we are. I don't know. Maybe one of us just needs to hit the lottery, and then we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll figure out that
Test and
eventually.
trial.
In the story, the bad guys, like Angels of Death kind of group of people, they are tasked to like basically spread this vampire virus or whatever. What they do is they use a vaccine method where they're telling everyone, oh, you're going to be immune to the vampires. Take this vaccine and you'll be okay. But then everyone ends up turning into vampires. If you had the task to spread vampirism to the population in masses, what would your method be? But you can't use the vaccine method like they
Like
did.
the pill.
Yeah, you can't use that whole vaccine method like they did in the story. So what would your method be to spread?
How do you spread it? You bite people, right?
Yeah, typically you gotta like, blood.
A
Go around
bomb.
bite people.
A bomb, but it's not.
Like a smoke.
Yeah.
Mm.
A bomb, but it's not a bomb that kills people. It's just a bomb that spreads.
I got one. I'll put drips of my blood in like the watering system.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, genius. Everyone vampire.
Everyone vampire now.
Yeah, I'll drop my blood into a watering system.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
For me, okay, so there's always like famine, war, and then pandemic.
Yeah.
That's like the trilogy. I think, probably start some sort of famine, and then like,
How would you start the famine?
well, like cut off shortage. Make a fake shortage of something like that's
Starve the people.
like a necessity,
Yeah.
and then supply a remedy, but that remedy would have like blood infused with it to make people vampires.
I get it. I just don't like it. I don't have a better one though, so good job.
I'm just trying to remember everything. They were the Angels of Death, and they were basically the posse. Whatever the right word is. They were the
God.
They were
The bad squad.
the posse or the squad for around, what was his name again? Johan.
Yeah.
And Johan's motive was completely just power. Johan, because he killed the parents, that's how he became not a real pureblood, but he
A happy.
became.
A fake happy.
I believe he had the parents.
He had the dad's heart.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then the
that
mom
makes
killed
sense.
Killed herself.
So
Okay.
yeah. he
Okay,
wouldn't
that
be
would
able
make
to
sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, I couldn't remember why he had power because the posse was getting their blood from him, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
To
become
continue
stronger.
to keep getting
Yeah.
stronger. Okay.
And they were basically only following Johan in order to gain
Power.
more power. Yeah. So there's a lifespan, but based on if you have blood from a purebred, you could extend it like to 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So that was kind of the incentive to get people to continue to follow him.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Unte
Mm-hmm.
wasn't he actually a vampire? That's revealed
Eventually,
later.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
revealed later.
eventually, he had to turn into a vampire because I believe it was Hyan trying to save.
He was already a vampire when he met her.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Wasn't he trying to save like his little sister or something?
Yeah,
Something
his little
related.
sister.
It's like somewhere in the process. No. He caught his parents were vampires,
Mhm.
and then
Oh,
he
yeah, I
saw
remember,
it, and then
remember.
I think his parents forced him to become a vampire, so he ended up becoming a vampire.
Okay, so he has a limit too.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was dying because he refused to drink any blood, and then like Haeyeon gave him her
Yeah,
blood,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
turned
yeah.
into a pure blood vampire with her. He had.
Oh, is that how it
vampire.
ends?
Oh,
Is that how it
I
ends?
guess the pure blood population will continue for another generation.
Oh, okay. Wait, but is that
Yeah,
how it
that's near
ends?
the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't get
Where
that.
he's about to
I literally have 5 chapters left. With
where
whatever.
he's about to die because it's nearing his time limit, and then Haeyeon's like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna give you my blood.
yeah.
Okay, wait. So why is it that if a pure blood gives you blood, then you turn into a pure blood?
But that doesn't make sense because Johan's been giving all his supporters
But
blood.
he's not a pure blood.
But I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think. So wait, did Untae turn into a pure blood?
Yeah, he had white hair and blue
Oh
eyes.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So if a pure blood gives a normie blood, then they
like
just
a lot of blood, maybe not
guess-
just a drop, but
Yeah.
Not
maybe
your
like,
heart, I guess. If you give him
Like a
your
cup of
heart,
blood?
they'll still have blood.
Yeah.
but like
Maybe it's about consent.
freaking bad guy Johan.
Yeah.
He stole his father
Heart.
like guardian's
That's what I'm
heart.
Yeah.
saying. Maybe it's about consent. Like, that man did not give consent to die for that.
So I don't know. That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah, he only ended up being a halfie though after he ate his the dad's heart though.
Yeah.
So then Entrée is just special
Yeah.
Yeah.
because love. Is that why?
Yeah.
Just because
Plot
love.
armor.
Plot armor.
Plot armor.
The lion survived too.
He became a pure blood too. Didn't the lion become a pure
I
blood?
don't remember,
Because
but I
of
believe you
Haeyeon?
could say he did.
Yeah, because he ended up living.
Yeah. I don't remember Vielle dying.
Who's VL? Levi?
Oh, so in this one,
The
the
magician.
red
Oh.
names mean that they're a former Angel of Death.
Oh,
that
got
they
it.
switched over to the good side.
Yeah.
I really liked him.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
actually.
I was about to say, he was my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
character, but I was like, was he?
His powers were kind of wild.
Hers blood turned
was
into
just
fire or something?
Yeah, it was magician.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or was it that he just knew magic beforehand and he used
Yeah.
okay, that would make more
Yeah,
sense.
he
Yeah.
knew
I was just like,
magic
why is he just setting everything off? All these cards are on fire. What the heck?
Cool magic tricks.
Yeah,
Cool
okay,
magic
that makes more
tricks.
sense.
And I liked that he cared so much about his pet that, like,
Yeah.
he shifted sides for it. And I just thought that was a little bit relatable. Obviously in, like, a very unrelatable way. But
Because it was a lion, yeah.
not even that. They're, like, vampires.
That's true.
You know what? I didn't like how they made Levi, the girl with blonde hair, into a love
Oh, yeah.
with Johan. And you know how
Oh, they kind of threw that in at the end,
Yeah.
didn't they? Like, oh, this girl has been following him for so long. Just
and they
because
showed her
she-
tragic background.
Yeah, that was kind of uncalled
I didn't really
for.
care about her backstory.
I didn't feel sympathy with
I
her.
didn't either. I was like, okay, can we just move on to the like real characters?
Y'all are heartless.
I mean, not only that, but every time when Hyun she like packed a punch, every single time when she packed a punch,
Yeah.
I was just like, kill her! Please let her die!
Murder.
Die! Die!
Yeah.
I was so over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just orchestrated so much misfortune.
So, wait, what happens? I don't remember. What happened to, like, the population that is now vampires? They cover that?
I don't think so. I think they slowly die away. I think Haeyeon's like it's like a Batman. She's a vigilante killing all the vampires, I think. Who are causing havoc.
Like, just the normal civilians that are now vampires, too?
Oh, you mean the ones that take the pill? I think nothing happened to them. They're all okay. Because
Plot
Johan is the guy who like can.
Wouldn't he do
Yeah,
something?
he had to do something and
Yeah,
yeah,
but,
activate
like,
it.
If they become vampires, don't they only have a certain amount of time to live?
But he
But
didn't
they didn't
activate
activate
the
it.
Yeah.
blood.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're still
Basically plot armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Got it.
that's what I was thinking. Like when he was dying, he could have been like, psych.
Fuck you! Yeah.
But then no, he didn't end up snapping his fingers. The people who ate the pill were okay.
Yeah, plot armor. So yeah, this story does have a lot of plot armor, but it's entertaining. Like every single I think the fight scenes was what really made me love the story. I was just like, how can an author draw that? And like, I just
Yeah.
want to see it like an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful artwork.
Mhm.
The art is pretty.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Art is pretty, lots of action. Definitely would. I think when it comes to a lot of action stories, I always feel this would look better animated. That's just my personal thing.
But obviously, resources. It's not
Yeah.
always doable.
Yep, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I have the appreciation when favorite stories like Demon Slayer or whatever get animated,
This looks
because
so
it just changes the viewing experience in
Yeah.
a completely
Yeah,
different way. And I definitely think that Unholy Blood would kind of
Be really popular. if it
be
was
really
animated.
popular if it was
Animated.
animated.
Yeah, would Demon Slayer? This is off topic, but would Demon Slayer be as popular as it is if it wasn't for the animation? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it because after it's animated, then general public was like, even with Spy X Family too. No one really talked about Spy X until it
Till
turned
it was
into an
an
anime.
Animation is just another form of art, especially for Demon Slayer. The animation was super duper beautiful, and that's really caught on people's eyes. But that's besides the fact, because we're not talking about anime, we're talking about webtoons. But yeah, I did hear our timer go off. Is there any other lasting thoughts that we want to add about Unholy Blood?
Nope. But if you haven't read it yet, go read it.
Yeah,
It's pretty good, especially if you like action, supernatural, vampires, horror, creepy
Thriller.
things.
Start with surviving romance. Yes.
But yeah, I think that
All
wraps it up.
right. So I think that concludes this week's episode of The Heated Table. Thank you so much for sticking by with us, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Also check out our personal accounts. If we include that, we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. But thank you all so much, and I hope you come back next time. Yeah.
Next week.
Bye-bye.